So, the topic which has been given to me to share my views on is emotional intelligence. Now, before beginning to this, let me tell you, we as a human being, the important characteristic of being a human, the thing that differentiates us being a human from all other species is our emotions, is our social well-being, that how much socially we are interacting with people around us, how much emotional we are, and how much emotions we can understand of other people. That is the only thing that is differentiating us from all the species in the entire world. So if we see, I mean, in the from the last past few decades, we as a human being, we are facing problem, or we can say we are actually facing challenges in social interaction. We are more comfortable on screen, we are more comfortable on our mobile phones, we are more comfortable texting people, we are more comfortable recognizing and sending emojis to people. But when it comes to dealing face to face with people, it is not that easy for us. It is very challenging for most of the people. People, they are quite introvert, they are shy, they hesitate talking to people, they don't know how to talk, what to talk, when to talk, and actually they are keeping themselves away from the social interaction. So this is the scenario which we can see from the past few decades. And what is the reason? As I shared the reason is only that every time, 90% of the time, we are on screen, whether mobile screen, tablets, or laptop. And we don't interact. We don't have time to interact with our family members even. So it is like we are facing challenge. We have forgot that we are human beings. We have forgot that the only thing that differentiates us being a human from all other species is our emotions. So I think in today's scenario, where the market is quite changing, the environment is changing, everybody is busy in their life. People are quite frustrated these days. People are even, they keep themselves isolated. They're not socially interactive. So socially means on social media they're very interactive, but when it comes to face, they face problem challenges in dealing with people. So at this point of time, if you are good at EQ, if you develop your EQ, if you develop your emotional intelligence, this will actually act as a game changer, will actually act as a miracle for you to achieve success in your life. Because most of the people, they are away from emotional intelligence. They are away from social intelligence. They don't know how to interact. So this has given the rise to emotional intelligence. This is the only reason that from the last few decades we are hearing the word emotional intelligence. पहले हम लोग सुनते थे IQ, intelligent question. I think everybody is aware of IQ. पहले हम IQ सुनते थे. In every other word we used to listen IQ अच्छा होना चाहिए to achieve success in your life. But the trend has changed. Today EQ is more important than IQ. And the only reason why EQ has raised the bar, and why EQ is now important to achieve the edge in your life, in your success, the only reason is we are moving back from being a human to being more techno savvy, to being more technical these days. So it is actually required. Let's not forget that we are human beings and we need human interaction. बचपन से हम पढ़ते आ रहे हैं, human beings are the social animal, they are social being. Where is that social being gone? It has to be there. That's why EQ has emerged up. Now I have taken the I've taken the topic emotional intelligence. Now emotional intelligence is a topic that cannot be taught. I cannot teach you emotional intelligence in one day, or maybe in 1 hour of webinar, or maybe in another, maybe even if you interact with me for more than months or months, I cannot teach you emotional intelligence. I can only inspire you, I can stimulate you to go inside. Inside means to go inside your soul, to inside yourself, and analyze your emotions and try to regulate them. I can only share my own experiences, my strategies, what general strategies we can use to develop our emotional intelligence over a period of time. But it varies from person to person. It varies from emotion to emotion. Sadness for me may be different. Sadness from somebody for somebody else may be different. So it varies from person to person. It varies from emotion to emotion. It varies from intensity of emotion to emotion. So that's why the strategies also vary from person to person. So it all depends on the person himself or herself how to develop emotional intelligence. I can only guide, I can only assist, I can only inspire and stimulate you towards the right direction. That's it. Otherwise, you yourself is responsible. You require practice, you require to self explore yourself, you require to give some time to yourself, identify your emotions, and then you can regulate them. So it is all up to you. I'm only here to share the experiences and the basics of what general framework of strategies that we can use for emotional intelligence. Now, before moving further in the session, I would request the audience to just answer this question in the chat box. The question is, how many of you agree that your life would have been better if you have better strategies to regulate your emotions? How many of you think that your life would be better, आपकी life अच्छी हो जाएगी if you have better strategies to regulate your emotions? If you could, audiences, if you, the participants, if you are active, you can give your views in the chat box. Okay, fine. But I personally think that yes, most of the people will agree to this, that if we have good strategies to deal with our emotions, our life would be better. Most of you will definitely will be saying yes to this. And I think yes, it is very much true. Another question, let me ask you another question. How many of you agree that your life would have been better if others other people with whom you are dealing with have better strategies to regulate your emotions? जिन लोगों से आप बात करते हैं उनके पास बेटर स्ट्रैटेजीज अगर है अपने इमोशंस को डील करने के लिए, तो आपकी लाइफ अच्छी हो जाएगी. Definitely everybody would say yes to it. Now I can say that we all are at the same pace. We all are at the same level, and we agree that we require a little bit of EQ, little bit of emotional intelligence to move ahead in our life, to make our life much better. Because it is very difficult for 99% of the people to identify and regulate their emotions. Now, let me tell you, emotional intelligence is a term which is created, or we can say coined by Peter Salovey and John Mayer. These are the people who come up with the term emotional intelligence, identified the importance, and come out with this word. And primarily, it is popularized by Daniel Goleman. Daniel Goleman, in 1996, he came out with a book. He wrote a book. He came out with a book named Emotional Intelligence. And thereafter, it got popularized, and everybody has started realizing the importance of emotional intelligence. And thereafter, we have come across many researches on emotional intelligence, which has actually proved that how important emotional intelligence is for a human being. I've taken this definition of emotional intelligence from Oxford University Press. There are n number of emotional intelligence definitions, but the n number of, I mean, like in many ways, emotional intelligence is being explained to many people. But the essence of emotional intelligence in all the definition is one and the same. And the essence is ability of the individual to recognize their own emotions, to recognize the emotions of others, differentiate between feelings, and label them. Label them means recognize your feeling, Recognize what you have. I mean, whether you are sad, whether you are disappointed, whether you are happy, whether you are jealous, you need to identify and label your feeling that you're feeling, that you are having within. And this feeling, this emotion, how you can help, how you can use this emotional feeling, emotional information to guide your thinking, and ultimately that rules your behavior, how you're behaving. So it is like emotional intelligence. When we talk about it, is all about emotions first within yourself, because unless and until you are in harmony with yourself, you cannot be in harmony with any other person. So first you need to understand your emotions, recognize your emotions, and then only you can move ahead. Now, these are the three pillars of success. Most of you must have heard the intelligent quotient, as I already shared. It is what I think, how quick I think, how quick logically I respond to the questions. So that is intelligent quotient. Emotional intelligence or emotional quotient, yes, I'll be dealing further in another few minutes. And spiritual quotient is like, who am I? What is the purpose of me on this planet? Why I'm here? Why I'm living? I mean, what exactly is the core purpose of my life? That is spiritual question. But today we'll be dealing with only emotional intelligence. But yes, there would be a little bit of confusion between intelligent quotient and emotional quotient. So let me highlight the difference between the two. Intelligent quotient is a traditional intelligence term. Traditionally, pehle, before few decades, we talked about IQ, we talked about intelligent quotient. But today, as I said, since last few decades, we are talking about emotional intelligence more than IQ. IQ is basically, it signifies the mental potential and academic ability of a person. Mental potential is basically like how quick you are responding to the answers, how good you are scoring academically. You are scoring 95% marks, you are scoring 98% marks, you're scoring more than 85%, you have a good IQ level. So that is IQ, intelligent quotient. EQ, on the other hand, as I said, I've already explained, it's the ability to understand one's own feeling, your own emotions. It also provides great insight on how emotion influences behavior, and ultimately how it motivates you to move ahead in any direction your emotions lead you. It talked about intrapersonal and interpersonal intelligence. When we talk about EQ or EI, emotional intelligence, it talks about intrapersonal intelligence and interpersonal. Intra is within, intrapersonal. Understand yourself, your own emotions, and then interpersonal. Interpersonal means with other people. So intra is within. So first you need to be in harmony with yourself. You need to understand your emotions first, label them, recognize them, try to understand them, and then only you'll be able to interact well with other people, and you'll be able to interact, and you'll be able to identify the other person's emotions too. So first you need to go inside, first intra and then inter. Now, these are the some of the few differences between IQ and EQ. IQ, as I said, it is more logical, analytical, mind related to mind games, mind activities, reasoning abilities, abstract thinking, problem solving abilities. EQ, on the other hand, is more empathetic. I hope participants are clear with the meaning of empathetic or empathy. Empathy is basically, it's a normal, natural human nature to understand the emotions of other people. If I am saying I'm empathetic, it means that I can understand what feeling you are going through, and then only I can help you out. I can guide you what to do and what not to do, how to regulate your feelings. So I said basic human nature is being empathetic. If you are not empathetic, if you are not able to understand the other person's emotions, then you are moving away from being humanity or being human. So develop that empathy within yourself, and that can only be developed if you have a good EI, emotional intelligence. Now, IQ, it helps you get in the door. In the door means it can easily help you in cracking the interviews. You'll be able to respond well in the interview. You know the answers. You can logically, rationally respond to the questions being asked to you. So that is, it will easily help you get in the door. IQ is equally important, but EQ or EI, it will help you succeed in your job in future. Once you're moved in the organization through your IQ ability, there when you start working, you have to deal with many people around, many people around. And people are full of emotions, and different people, different emotions. You, you need to know your emotions and how to manage your emotions at the workplace. Many times it happens that I'm feeling very angry with the person in front of me, but I cannot show my anger at that point of time. I need to manage my emotions. I need to control my emotions because I'm in the professional environment and I have to be professional. So that is how EQ, EI helps you in dealing with your emotions at the workplace, as well as identifying the emotions of other people and build good relationships in the organization. So that is why EQ helps you in succeeding in your job. Now, measure of IQ, measure of ability to learn and understand. IQ is actually the measure of ability, how quick you learn and understand something. EQ is a measure of ability to use your own emotions, how to manage and regulate your emotions at the workplace. IQ is, if you have a good IQ, you'll try to convince everybody with the factual information, factual data which you have, because you have a good IQ, you have scored so well, you have a lot of information with you, you have a lot of facts, data, everything with you, so you can easily prove your point by facts and data. But EQ, the person with a high EQ, high emotional intelligence, will be able to convince everybody around by reasoning, by logical reasoning, by giving logic to what to be done and what not to be done. IQ people are book smart. They are, I mean, they're scoring so well in their exam, and they know all the basic theories, principles, procedures which are there in the book. But EQ people, they are heart smart. Heart smart means they know, they have people skill, they know how to deal with people, they know about emotions, they know everything about people. And I personally believe that the most difficult skill which a person can adapt or learn is a people skill. Matlab, it's like even if you have 20, 30 years of experience in your professional career, still I have seen many people, they don't know how to talk. They don't know when to talk, why to talk, and to whom to talk. So that is people skill. That is, you need to develop your EQ, your IQ, that what to talk, when to talk, and how to talk with other person at what point of time. IQ again, it will get you through school. Definitely, it will get you through good schools, good institutions, good job. But EQ will get you through your life. You'll be able to manage your relationships, even if it is professional or personal, or at all the levels through your life. You'll be able to you'll be able to happy. You'll be very happy. You must have seen people who are, who have a very high IQ. They are very intelligent, but they are not happy. They're not happy. They're sad. They have scarcity of something in their life, and that is EI, that is emotional intelligence. So they don't know how to make good use of EI. They don't know how to develop EI. That's why, irrespective of, even if you have high level of IQ, but if you don't have EI, you'll not achieve success. You'll not be happy from within, because that's a basic human tendency, human quality. You'll be only happy when you'll be able to know your emotions and manage your emotions well. IQ contributes 10 to 25%, only 10 to 25% of your success in your life. But EQ, it contributes more than 75% of your success in your life. Because in your life, when you are at a managerial position in the organization, you need to deal with people, you need to do teamwork, you need to manage teams, you need to manage people those who are working under you, you need to manage your colleagues, you need to get the work done from them. So at that point of time, IQ does not work at that point of time, only EQ work. Why it happens कि कोई बॉस अच्छा लगता, कोई बॉस अच्छा नहीं लगता, किसी बॉस के साथ, किसी कलीग्स के साथ काम करने में मजा आता है, किसी के साथ मजा नहीं आता है. The only reason is EQ or EI. People will love working with you, people will love taking guidance from you if you have a good EI, if you have a good EQ. So I will further let you know in the presentation in this webinar that how we can develop EI. But again, I'm telling you, these are only my own experiences and a general framework. But these strategies will vary from emotions to emotions, from people to people. Who needs EQ? I think I've made myself very clear. Who needs EQ or EI? I would say everybody, every human being needs to have a good EQ, good EI. It will help individuals to communicate better, to have a better improved relationships, to reduce their stress and anxiety. In today's life, we are running like anything from pillar to pole, a day and night, working for the organization, and even sometimes it happens that we don't have time for our family. So in this point of time, in this situation, it is actually required that you should develop your EI, and it will actually make you overcome, help you deal with the challenges of your life. Yes, why is emotional intelligence important? I have classified it into 4 different levels, that why we need EI. First is performance. If you are calm, if you are relaxed, you know how to handle your emotions at your workplace, it will actually improve your performance at the workplace. EI, you must have seen the people, those who are really calm and composed at their workplace. They are, like they are exhibiting, always smiling. Their productivity automatically increases because they take everything very positively. But the people at the same time, those are almost always frustrated, always in a tension, why so much of work is given, why it is only given to me, and every time they have that sort of mindset, they have a low EI, their performance is always affected. Another important thing is physical health, your stress, your anxiety, and ultimately your psyche affects your body. So physical and mental health both are related to each other. Mentally, if you are stressed, mentally if you are very anxious, you are into anxiety due to maybe your performance is not good, or maybe you have a relationship problem, or anything due to any sort of thing, if you have that anxiety and stress within yourself, if you have that feeling of jealousy, if you have that feeling of anger within you, that mental stability will get disturbed. It will affect your mental health, and ultimately it will affect your body. Always what happens is your psyche affects your body does not affect your psyche. कहते हैं ना, अगर हॉस्पिटल में कोई बीमार है, आई मीन the doctor says कि will power strong होनी चाहिए, then only, I mean, irrespective of whatever physical ailment you are going through, you'll easily recover if you have a strong willpower. That psyche needs to be very strong. अगर मैं अभी भी बहुत हेल्दी हूँ, बट इफ साइकोलॉजिकली इफ आई फील that something is going bad, something is going wrong, the coronavirus pandemic, it is actually leading into stress and anxiety within me, then what will happen ultimately? My body will start getting affected. I'll be feeling palpitations, or maybe start shivering and all these things. So it will automatically, your psyche affects your body does not affect your psyche. And ultimately relationships. With the help of emotional intelligence, this is ultimate outcome of a good EI. If you have a good emotional intelligence, if you have a good EQ, it will ultimately lead you to better relationships at your professional life and even at your family. So ultimate outcome of this EI is, I would say, relationship. Now these are the 4 dimensions of emotional intelligence. Now let's see. We have self. Self means myself within, you yourself. Social means people around you. Recognition is identification of your own self, your own emotions. Regulation means how you manage. So first quadrant, it talks about self-awareness. Self-awareness is in EI, when we talk about these are the four dimensions. First is self-awareness. Self-awareness is basically how much aware I am to my of how much aware I am about my emotions, about my feelings which I have within. I have a feeling, maybe I'm very happy. So can I recognize that feeling? Can I label that feeling as being happy? Or am I sad? Or am I jealous of somebody? So am I able to know myself? Am I able to identify myself, my feelings or not? So that is self-awareness. Then we have self-management. Now, I know that yes, I'm angry. This is one of my feeling which I'm feeling. I mean, I'm very angry. Am I able to regulate? Am I able to manage that anger within me? Or I'm exhibiting that anger? जो भी मेरे सामने आ रहा है मैं उस पर चिल्ला रही हूँ. I'm very frustrated. मैं गुस्सा कर रही हूँ. So that is low EI. High EI or is like I'm able to manage my anger. I know what to do and what not to do. I cannot exhibit my anger to every other person, maybe in my family or maybe in my professional life. Social awareness. Social awareness is the people around you. They also have emotions like you have. Are you able to understand their emotions? Here we can use the term empathetic. Are you empathetic with the people around you? Are you able to recognize their emotions well? Are you able to understand their emotions and then you talk to them? Or I mean, it's like, are you able to see face to face what they are going through? Are you able to listen to their emotions or not? So that is social awareness. Relationship management, this is, as I said, the ultimate outcome. If you are well known about your emotions, self awareness, if you're able to manage your emotions, that is self management. And if you're able to be empathetic with people around you, that is social awareness. Ultimately, it will lead to good relationships. And relationship here, in when we talk about relationships, the real role of leader comes into the picture. The real leader is one who is able to manage his team well, जिसके साथ काम करने में मजा आता हो, जिसके नीचे जिसके I mean, you love to work under that person. You love to see that person as your boss. You love to see that person as your colleague. You love to see that person in your department, and you love working with that person. So that is the quality of a person with high EI. That is leader. You are able to influence people well. You are able to get the work done from your team. So that is the ultimate outcome of emotional intelligence. Now, areas of personal ability, yes, I've already told you these four areas: self management, self awareness, social awareness, and relationship management. In today's session, in EI, out of these four dimensions, I'll be covering the two dimensions, which are very, very important: self awareness and self management. Now, social awareness is being empathetic to other person, and relationship management is ultimately the outcome of your own emotions and when you understand the other person's emotion. So I personally feel that if you are good enough to manage yourself, rest of the things will automatically get managed, whether it's social awareness or relationship management. So most important thing is to manage yourself. Now let's come to the first dimension, first aspect of emotional intelligence, that is self-awareness. Now, when we talk about self awareness, as I said, it is knowing your one's own internal states, your preferences, your resources, your intuitions, what feeling you are sharing within, what kind of a feeling you have. Are you sad? Are you happy? Are you able to label those feelings? It's not that easy. Just I mean, I would say, okay, this is a mood meter. We also have a mood meter app. I'll let you know the importance of mood meter app. Now, this is a mood meter. Now we have four quadrants with different colors. We have green, we have blue, we have yellow, we have red. Now these are the four quadrants. The x-axis, if you see, we have the feeling, which varies from extreme pleasant to extreme unpleasant. On the y-axis, we have energy. Energy, again, it is screaming from high to low. Now let's discuss these quadrant one by one. The first important quadrant which I'll be discussing is the green one. The green quadrant, here the feeling is pleasant. Pleasant is like blessed. I'm actually blessed. I have everything in my life. The feeling of contentment, the feeling of happiness from within, everything fulfilled and content in my life. And the energy is low. Energy is low means I'm relaxed. I'm very calm and I'm very much relaxed in my life. So that is the green quadrant. Now let's talk about the blue quadrant. Blue quadrant, the feeling is unpleasant. I'm not happy. It's very much unpleasant for me. I'm disappointed. I'm sad. I'm not at all happy. I'm getting depressed. It's a feeling of depression. And energy is equally low, very low energy. Now, the people, when they are in blue quadrant, what they feel depression. I think you can relate it to latest this recent Sushant Singh Rajput's suicidal case. So I personally feel that if a person is depressed and unable to manage their own emotions, if you are in the blue quadrant, it is very dangerous and risky because इसमें आप अपने आप को harm करते हो. You'll be harming yourself. आपकी self esteem, self confidence सब कुछ बहुत low हो जाता है, and you don't know what to do and what not to do. It is a high state of depression, very much unpleasant feeling with low energy. You'll harm yourself when you are into this quadrant. And the reason can be anything, it varies from person to person. Now let's talk about the red quadrant. Now in red quadrant, the feeling is again unpleasant. Feeling is again I'm not happy, I'm sad, I'm depressed, but energy is very high. Energy is very high means I can be very angry, I can be furious, I can be very frustrated from within. इसमें क्या होगा? The people, those who are in the red quadrant, they'll harm others. They'll harm others. They may slap the other person. They may even hit the other person. So they actually harm the other person when they are in the red quadrant. They're very anxious and they're very furious. They're very frustrated from within, and they can harm the other person. They can commit a crime even. So that is the people, those who are into red quadrant. Yellow quadrant. Yellow quadrant are the people, those who are feeling very pleasant. They are happy from within. They are content. They are very happy and content. The feeling of fulfilledness, but the energy is very high. Here the people are very active. They cannot sit in a calm way. They cannot do anything peacefully. They have a lot of energy and they want to radiate that energy into one or the other thing. So what they'll be doing is they'll be guiding people, they'll be motivating people every now and then. Let's do this, let's do that. They cannot sit in a calm position. They cannot relax. भागते रहते हैं अपनी जिंदगी में सारा दिन, but they are happy. But still they are happy. So these are the four quadrants. Now I think you can take a few seconds of time, maybe 15-20 seconds, and just identify how you are feeling. Just identify how you are feeling. Are you into the green quadrant right now? Are you into the blue quadrant? Are you into the red quadrant? Or are you into the yellow quadrant? Just identify your own feeling. It is your feeling, it is your personal feeling. Just identify in which quadrant do you lie. Okay, the same thing, in which emotional zone you are in. Now let me tell you, the people, those who are into the green zone, that is the ideal zone, where the learning happens. Where the learning happens, when your mind is cool, relaxed, you're happy from within, content from within, fulfilled, that feeling, fulfilledness of that feeling, and you're very calm and relaxed. Here the learning happens to the maximum. You can maximally utilize your potential when you are in the green quadrant, because when your mind is relaxed, you know what is right and what is wrong, which direction to move, how to make yourself more productive. When you are in the yellow quadrant, You're very high in energy, very, very high in energy. You don't know sometimes what you are doing, but you are doing everything and you want to do everything. That is the people, those who are into yellow quadrant. Learning is again little bit low as compared to green when you are in the yellow quadrant. Red quadrant, the people, as I said, are very angry, furious, frustrated, and they can harm the other person. इनको समझाया नहीं जा सकता है. When you are angry, we cannot teach you. When you are angry, we cannot make you understand that this is not right or this is wrong. We only do one thing, we settle down your anger at that point of time. And when you get into the green zone, when you get into the position where your mind is relaxing, then we can share with you what to do and what not to do. So learning again does not happen when you are into the red zone. And when you are into the blue zone, the most dangerous one, where you are into the depression, low energy, as well as low feeling, here also learning is zero. You cannot teach, you cannot preach the person who are into the blue zone. You cannot preach, you cannot say anything to them. It is like they're already depressed, they're already dealing with lot many problems from within. They're even, I mean, they don't even want you to listen. So learning again does not take place in blue zone. So try to keep yourself, your mind into the relaxed, calm position, and with the pleasant feeling, happiness from within. Then only you can utilize your potential and have a good learning in your life. Now, let me discuss some of these strategies to improve your self awareness. Now, as I said in the beginning, that strategies will vary from person to person, it will vary from emotions to emotions. Like for me, if I am very angry, to settle down my anger, the strategy may be I may go for a long walk. I may go for a long walk, or I may go and sit in the park, or I may have a cup of coffee to settle down my anger. But for you it may be different. For you it may be that some people, they do meditation, some people they take a glass of water when they are very angry, some people they need sharing, they immediately call up their best friends or maybe a person in their life, maybe sort of a mentor or anybody with who or to whom they trust. They call that person and they start sharing their ideas, their feelings with them, and that makes them go in a relaxed way. So it varies from person to person, emotions to emotion, that strategies may vary. So there are few strategies, let me share it with you. Keep a log of your feeling. Now, asking yourself multiple times in a day. Now, when I was talking about mood meter, now mood meter is one of the app which you can download and which will help you from time to time. It will start asking you about your feelings. So multiple times in a day, it may ask certain questions to you, and you can prepare a log of it. And after preparing a log of it about how your body's, how what changes you are observing in your body when you are angry or when you are sad, when you are happy, what am I exactly feeling at this point of time, what am I thinking at this point of time. If I'm very happy, what comes to my mind first, what I'm thinking. If I'm very sad, what comes to my mind, and what is the current mindset which I'm having. Am I positive, am I negative, what I want to do right now. So keep a log of these, your feelings, your these things, these questions multiple times throughout the day. It will help you in identifying yourself, what emotions you are going through every now and then. It will help you in identifying. If you keep a log of it and after 2 3 days you sit down and just look at what kind of feelings comes to you throughout the day, what different feelings comes to you throughout the day, and with the help of that you can identify your feeling and you can label them. This is sad feeling, this is angry feeling, or this is happy feeling, when I felt angry, when I felt sad, and when I felt happy. So you can list down all these things. So this is one of the strategy to keep a log of your feeling. Listening life, most of us, we listen only to respond back. We don't listen to understand people. We don't listen to understand what the other person is saying. People, when they give us feedback, whether positive or negative, Most of the time when we receive a negative feedback or negative criticism, what we do, we start justifying the other person rather than accepting and trying to understand that yes, what the other person is saying and what can I learn from that feedback. Rather than doing this, we start justifying ourselves. We are not listening to the person well. So when you keep on listening to the people around you, what they are telling, what they are telling you about yourself, just listen to them and try to understand. Don't take it negative. Just try to see that what I can learn from that feedback. So it will actually help you in identifying yourself. Use strong emotions as learning opportunity. Strong emotions means extreme anger, extreme frustration, extreme sadness, depression. So when you're going through these strong emotions, at that point of time, of course, nobody can think of learning anything, or nobody can think of identifying anything at that point of time. Only when the emotions get settled down. Now, after getting angry, after you have exhibited your anger to anybody, after that, maybe after a few hours or maybe after a day or two, you sit down and analyze, was it right what I did? These strong emotions, learn from these strong emotions, because nobody wants to shout, nobody wants to fight with the other person. But what we say all the time, gussa aa gaya, we say uh, हाथ उठ गया, गुस्सा आ गया. So this is like your emotions are uncontrollable. You have no control over your emotions. So this should not happen, and nobody wants that this to happen. But gussa aa gaya. So how to control these emotions? That is emotional intelligence. So for this, first you need to identify. So whenever you are going through this strong feeling of sadness, angry, or this strong feeling, any strong emotion, extreme emotion, after when you get settled down, just sit down, relax, try to identify your emotions, try to identify the reason, and try to find out what can I do so that it cannot be repeated the next time. So that is the idea behind this, that you should take strong emotions as a learning opportunity. You should learn to use your emotions to think. Whatever emotions you have, use these emotions to think whether it is right or wrong, rather than not think with your own emotion, not think with your emotions. I mean, don't think. Thinking is different and emotions are different. You need to think, you need to utilize that emotional information and give a right thinking to it, rather than thinking ko emotions mein beh jana. That should not be done. Mindfulness. Now this is the last strategy which we can which we can use to identify yourself. Mindfulness is getting self awareness. You can sit in a relaxed way, you can breathe out, you can breathe in, breathe out, you can go for a walk, you can have a cup of coffee and you can sit in a park or in a lawn, and you can just go within yourself. Mindfulness is just focus on your feeling, on your emotions within yourself, and just try to do intrapersonal communication. Intrapersonal is communication within yourself, and just talk to yourself what you are doing. Is it in the right direction, whatever you are doing, or is something wrong? And if it is wrong, try to accept it and then find out the reason. So that is mindfulness. So these are the four strategies which can be utilized to get self awareness of your own emotions. Now let's come to self management. Most important thing, how you manage yourself, how you manage your emotions. गुस्सा आ जाता है, कैसे आ जाता है? I mean, you don't know how to manage your emotions at that point of time. So you should learn the technique of managing your emotions. Now, previously I showed you this mood meter with the four quadrant: green, blue, red, and yellow, and it says about how you are feeling. How you are feeling now. How do you want to feel? This self management. If you start managing your emotions, it will take you from how you are feeling to the desired state of your feeling. how you're feeling to how you want to feel. So if you want to feel happy, you are angry right now. So you need to manage your emotions to ultimately reduce your anger, to ultimately reduce the feeling of jealousy, and ultimately leading to a desired state of happiness. So that is emotional intelligence, self management, how it takes you from how you feel to what desired state you want to feel. So that is self management. Now, how do you move from your current feeling to the desired feeling? As I said, the strategies vary from person to person, from emotions to emotions. For me, it can be going for a long walk. For you, it can be talking to your friend. For you, it can be watching television, maybe to suppress your anger or to divert your mind into some other activity. So it varies from person to person. Now, outcome equation. Now, this is something the most important and very interesting part of the entire presentation, which I'll be taking you through. And this is something really very practical. And I think everybody of you can relate yourself to this outcome equation, which I'll be discussing right now. Event leads to outcome. It means that our life is always triggered with so many stimuli. Triggered with so many stimuli means the event happens and that leads to our feeling and that leads to the ultimate outcome. Say, for example, if I went to the office and my boss, he gave me a disgusting look. My boss gave me a disgusting look. That is an event. And what happened? My day became a mess. The entire day I keep on thinking why it happened. ऐसा क्यों हुआ? Have I done something wrong? Why he or she looked at me like this? What happened? So I keep on thinking, and ultimately that event, the boss looking at me in a disgusting way, that is an event, that is an external stimuli that has triggered me, and actually my feeling got changed, and my outcome is my day has become a mess. So this is the practical scenario, the practical situation we all are dealing with. किसी ने कुछ कह दिया, maybe that few seconds, but my entire day of 24 hours has went thinking why he or she has said this to me. What is the reason behind that? So this is like, as a human being, we all are dealing with the same thing, and it happens with 99% of the people, and it happens with people with a low EI, with low emotional intelligence. Now, I'll tell you the solution to this. Again, the second equation, if you go through, it is event, response, and outcome. Now, what happened is event. Event is uncontrollable. You cannot control the event. The other person, what he or she is thinking, what he or she is doing in his or her life, you cannot control the event. You cannot control other people or other events or environment around you. But the outcome is not the only function of event. The outcome is the function of event as well as your response to that event. Your response is entirely your response. It depends on you, how you respond to that event. Now let me again take the same example. My boss look at me in a very disgusting way. That is an event, uncontrollable. I cannot control it. Now, what can I do? What can I do? In the previous equation, I spent the entire day thinking why he or she is looking at me like this, and I made my day a mess. In the second equation, which is a solution, which is a practical thing which we can go through, is what I'll be doing is I might go to my boss and say, ma'am or sir, is everything okay? Why are you looking at me? Have I done anything wrong? What the boss can say? The boss can say, no, 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 actually I'm disturbed due to something else. So I may, maybe I'm looking at you, but I was thinking something else, nothing to do with you. You are relaxed. It may happen. Second thing, what may happen is your boss may tell you, if you go to the boss and you say, sir, what happened? Is everything okay? I mean, good morning. Why you gave me a this look, I mean, is everything fine? Now what your boss may say, no, Neha, actually yesterday when you conducted a meeting, so ऐसा लगता है मुझे you should have done this in a better way. So it would be we can get a better outcome or result out of this. So what I'll be doing? Oh, fine, definitely, sir. I'll definitely improve and I'll change it in my schedule. So again, my problem is solved. So it's better how I respond to that event. It all depends on me rather than just looking at the event and making my day a mess. It's better I should respond to that event. And that response is 100% my own response. And that response is going to make my outcome. It is not the event only that is responsible for my feeling ultimately. If I'm feeling sad, angry, jealous, that feeling is natural. But how I'm responding to that feeling is very, very important. That will only lead to the desired outcome. How I'm responding to that feeling. And that responding to the feeling is based on, it depends on your response to it, how you respond. And obviously, every time you should respond in a positive, logical, and a rational way. Okay. Now let's, as I said, a response is ultimately, it depends on you 100%. So let's dig out more into response, what exactly we can do in a response. Event, you see and hear things, okay, which is uncontrollable. And response, let's trigger it out and get into the more details of the response. Now, whenever the event happens to you, most of the time, the information is incomplete. Like boss looking at me in a disgusting way. The information is quite incomplete to me. I don't know why, what is the reason. I don't know why he's looking at me. And I start interpreting the things. I start assuming the things. Now, that is not correct. What we generally used to do. We start interpreting the things because we don't have the entire information. If I go and talk to the boss and have the entire information, that is fine. That is, I have decided my outcome, whether to be positive or negative. But if I don't have the entire information and I'm not going to the boss and I'm not deciding my response, what I'll be doing is I'll be interpreting the things in my own way. I'll be started assuming the things. I'll be starting telling a story to my mind. Why story to my mind? Because there is an uncertainty in your mind. And the basic tendency of a mind is to get certain. माइंड को अनसर्टेनिटी नहीं चाहिए, माइंड को हमेशा एक satisfaction चाहिए. Okay, this happens, it is because of this. You start assuming, your mind starts assuming, your mind starts telling or making stories behind that. Like, my boss is looking at me in a disgusting way. The story what my mind can make is, I know every time I'm doing so much of work, a lot of work, but every time this is the same look I'm getting from the boss. My boss is like this only. He's not good. The company is not good. And I started feeling disgusting and I started feeling unproductive. मैं क्यों काम करूँ? Why I should spend, why I should put my so much of efforts in the organization. And ultimately that story is leading to a wrong feeling within me. And ultimately I'm responsible for my own actions which I'll be exhibiting in the organization. So it is like, this is the basic tendency of a mind. It tells you a story, and the moment the story is there and the story is negative, it start giving you more and more data and information from the past 7 months, from the past 1 year regarding that boss. कि ये भी negative हुआ था, ये भी negative हुआ था, and ultimately your mind is satisfied at the end of the day that yes, your boss is not good. Yes, the boss does not have a leadership quality. The organization is not good, and you should not put in a lot of efforts for the outcome of the organization. And ultimately your feeling will change, ultimately your actions will change. Now this is how a mind responds. But what you need to do is now stimulus and response. As I said, the response is completely in your hand. Completely in your hand. If your mind start making story regarding that event, what you can do is build a habit of creating positive story. मैं ये भी तो कह सकती हूँ, rather than saying my boss is like this only, I can say maybe the boss is going through some problem within. Maybe Why I'm targeting myself कि मैं ही गलत हूँ? Maybe the boss is facing some problem. Let it be, not an issue. अगर कोई problem होगी तो he or she will call me, or I can go and talk to my boss directly rather than creating negative stories and generating negative feeling within myself. Now, stimulus and response. Whenever the stimulus or the event happens, time frame between that stimulus and response is a fraction of seconds. But yes, you have a time. There's a fraction of seconds. It happens like in a speed of light. So there is this fraction of seconds which is there within you to respond to that event. And the response can be, you can delay. You can say, okay, fine. Right now I'm very much angry. You can delay responding in a way which least angry, which leads your emotions exhibiting in front of the other person. Like if I've received a mail और मैं बहुत गुस्से में हूँ मेल देख के, now what I can do? I can delay that response. Okay, fine. I'll be responding to this mail after few hours, or maybe I'll be responding to this mail maybe tomorrow. So you'll be getting a time to respond to that mail or that event, and that leads to suppress of your that emotion that you are angry, and ultimately you'll be in a better position to respond well. Focus. You need to focus on yourself. Make a habit of focusing yourself. Identify yourself throughout the day when you are dealing, whatever you are speaking, whatever you are going through, when you are smiling, when you are laughing, when you are getting frustrated, when you are getting irritated. Identify yourself and identify the reason. Just focus on yourself. Start breathing. Start breathing. We know we are breathing. Every now and then we are breathing. But start focusing on your breath. Start focusing on your breath. It's like when the moment you start focusing on the breathe in and breathe out, your mind will get divert and your anger will get suppressed. So start breathing. In fact, I would say start focus on your breathing. Label. Then try to label your emotion. This is sadness. This is my sadness. This is the feeling I'm facing, and I can label this as sadness. I'm very sad, and then find out the reason. You try to differentiate between your anger, try to differentiate between your this sadness, disappointmentness. You are very disappointed with so and so thing, that's why you are sad. You are sad because of this reason, you are jealous because of this reason. Try to identify your emotions and try to label them, because unless and until you identify, you cannot come out with the strategy or solution. And try your different strategies. Go for a walk and just identify, I'm angry right now and I've gone for a walk for half an hour. What now I'm feeling? Am I relaxed now? Take a cup of coffee. I mean, it all depends on you. It is your emotion. Your body, your mind knows well how to manage your emotions. So it all depends on you. Now, can we do something before the event? Event is uncontrollable, that everybody knows. But is there something, any technique that we can adopt before the event? And for me, it is mindset. Change your mindset. Be very positive all the time. Be empathetic. हम हमेशा दूसरों पे blame कर देते हैं. Every time we keep on blaming the other person. This is a negative thing. This is a negative mindset. Start taking the responsibility. If I'm not able to maintain good relationship with my colleagues, or I'm not able to maintain good relationship in my personal life, stop blaming. Just find out, go within yourself and try to find out what exactly is the reason. What is there within me that I'm not able to handle my relationships in my life? So just go within yourself, because the moment you go within yourself and try to analyze your feelings, the problems, then only you can come out with the solution. If you keep on blaming other person throughout your life, you'll remain the same. Again, the same and same mistakes and same things will keep on happening. There won't be any change, irrespective of you read anything or learn anything or attend any webinar or any workshops. You have to go within yourself and you have to change your mindset. Now, we can change our mindset from, most of the people, they think people are stupid. Arey, ye to kuch bhi nahi hai. I can do better. He or she has I mean, they don't have any skills. I can do this thing better. Every time we think that way. Now, from that, we can think people are human. They are human beings. Mistakes may happen. Let's respect everybody. Everybody, let's work together and learn together. अगर सामने वाले की गलती भी हो गई है तो उसको नीचा दिखाने की जगह उसको अप्रेस किया जाए और let them know the person what mistake he or she has committed in a positive way and help them to improve. Respect them because we all are humans. Nobody is perfect. So rather than thinking people are stupid, just think people are human beings. They cannot be perfect and respect them. From mindset, we can change from why I suffer all the time, why I am suffering all the time. Let's change this to I am responsible for my own life. As I said, start taking the responsibility. Whatever is happening in my life, whether I'm happy, whether I'm sad, whether I'm growing or not, whatever is happening, take the responsibility. I am responsible for everything. The moment you start taking the responsibility, you can actually feel the calmness and the betterment in your feeling within yourself. Just do it, experience it. People make me sick. People are a reflection of me. People make me sick means she's not good. She's not. I cannot work with this person. She's not good. She's not. He's not good. So these things, people are not good. I don't want to work with this person. Rather than this, if you could start believing that people are a reflection of me. If I'm not happy, I cannot see the other person happy. If I'm happy, I can see everybody around happy. So that feeling changes. Your perception is your own projection. Whatever is there within you, हम कहते हैं ना कि it's like चोर को चोर ही दिखता है. So the same thing. Agar if you are good from within, if you are happy from within, if you are very empathetic to yourself, if you are very kind to yourself, then only you can be kind and empathetic to the other person. Then only you can see and spread the happiness around. So just focus on yourself rather than focusing on anybody else, because people, event, whatever is happening around you is all your own reflection. Evaluating everything right and wrong. Whatever we do, we keep on evaluating things. This is right, this is wrong, this is not done in this way. Rather than doing this, I see event as it happens. In fact, I would say, rather than nobody is right or wrong, rather than saying this is right or this is wrong, we can say this is different. Nothing is right and wrong. The things are only different. For something for me is completely correct. Maybe the same thing for you. You feel that no, this is not at all correct. This is not ethical. Something is ethical in some country, and the same thing is not ethical in the other country. So there is nothing right and wrong in this world, in this life. It's only different. It all depends on you, your own personal ethics, your own personal feelings, what you are feeling. I believe my judgments are right. We always keep on judging people. We always keep on judging events around us, and we feel I am only right. मैं ही सही हूँ, बाकी सब गलत है. Rather than this, if we say I challenge my judgment. Challenge my judgment means let's be open mind. मेरा जजमेंट है और ये जजमेंट है, सही है गलत नहीं है, गलत भी हो सकता है. Let's be open mind and listen to everybody. It's only a judgment. Let's challenge my judgment and let's come out to maybe a different point of view. So have that sort of mindset. I can see the truth. हाँ यही सच है, मुझे दिख रहा है. And the other thing is perception is my own projection. जो मैं देखना चाहती हूँ मुझे वही दिखता है. A glass half filled with water, somebody will say half filled, somebody will say half empty. So that is only your own projection. It is your perception, is your own projection. Whatever is there within you, you can only see those things outside. So it is the mindset, the most important thing. If you change your mindset, you can change your response to the event, and ultimately your outcome will be the desired outcome which you want in your life. You'll be able to control your emotions. You'll be able to be happy even if you're angry. You'll be able to be happy even if you're angry. You'll be able to be feeling, you'll be able to be in the green quadrant, the feeling of content and calmness, even if you're very furious and anxious and frustrated. So this is the importance of EI. If you change your mindset, you can actually respond to the event in a better way and get to the desired outcome. Now, these are the 4 basic emotions. All the categories of emotions I have divided it into 4 basic emotions because more or less we go through these emotions. One is anger, fear, happiness, and sadness. Now, I feel fear is the root or cause of all the emotions. When the energy is quite high, when the fear is quite high, fear of insecurity, fear of uncertainty, fear of losing something, if it is very high, I'll be very angry. I'll be very, very angry. It leads to anger. When my fear has a low energy, I'll be very sad. Insecurity or maybe like low self esteem, मुझे डर है मेरी insult ना हो जाए. I'll be very मैं अपने आप को छुपाऊंगी. I'll be hesitating talking to people. So I'll be very sad from within. डर है, डर जरूर होता है. वो डर की वजह से ही these emotions they rise up. Happiness can be explained as absence of fear, nothing else. मुझे किसी चीज का डर नहीं है. I'm happy. I have everything in my life. I don't have any fear around me or within me. I'm happy. So, fear is the root cause of all the emotions which you're dealing with. And let me tell you one thing, listen carefully and mind it. This is the reality that fear only exists in your mind, it does not exist in reality. Fear only exists in your mind, it does not exist in reality. Fear is the root cause, so just remove that fear from your mind. It is only in your mind, it is not in reality. So ultimately at the end I would say, for me, measuring whether the person has a high EQ or low EQ is only by his anger. It is like just evaluate yourself after practicing EI, after practicing self awareness and self management. Just evaluate yourself after over a period of time. Are you able to suppress your anger? Or how frequently you are getting angry, how frequently you are getting frustrated. So, this is the ultimate measure of EI, emotional intelligence or emotional quotient. If you are able to suppress your anger, if you're able to control your anger over a period of time, your frequency of getting angry, your frequency of getting frustrated, your frequency of getting irritated reduces over a period of time, then only you can say, I have control over my emotions and I'm uplifting myself in the scale for EI, emotional intelligence or emotional quotient. And let me tell you, your anger will punish you. You'll be punished for your anger. You'll not be punished for your anger, but you will be punished by your anger. It is very dangerous. So start controlling your emotions, start practicing yourself, start moving inside within yourself. Give some time, that me time to yourself. Give some time to yourself throughout the day and just go inside and analyze what kind of feeling you have. Try to label your feelings, try to identify your feelings, try to recognize your feelings, and then use different strategies. That what strategy should I follow to regulate and manage my emotions. So it all depends on person to person and emotion to emotion. For you, the strategy may be different. For me, the strategy may be different. Just practice it over a period of time, and then you can actually understand yourself. And the moment you start understanding yourself, the moment you start having harmony within yourself, you'll ultimately leads to the better relationships at work and family. Ultimately, you become empathetic in your life and you start dealing with people. You will have good social interactions and you will be a very confident person with a very high self esteem. So thank you so much, and I think I have added some value to the participants and it is quite useful for the participants. Now if you have any questions, please welcome. Your questions are welcome.
I would also request the participants, please, if you have got any question, you can ask. Ma'am, it was a nice presentation from your side. It was
Thank you
really
so much.
very much fruitful, And now I would like to invite our chairperson, who is very keenly watching each and every presentation of yours since long. तो
Thank you.
मैं अब अपने रेस्पेक्टेड चेयरमैन सर श्री आनंद कुमार सोनी सर को इनवाइट करूंगा. सर आप हम लोगों को इस प्रोग्राम में कुछ बोलें.
थैंक यू निया मैम.
Thank you, sir.
आपका मैं अभी पूरा स्पीच सुन रहा था और मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लगा. यू आर इस एनर्जेटिक पर्सनैलिटी और आपकी बातों से ऐसा लग रहा था कि आपने बहुत सारी चीजों को अपना कंट्रोल किया हुआ है, इमोशंस को.
Thank you.
जो मैनेजमेंट के विद्यार्थी हैं, इनको जहां पर काम करना होता है वहां पर इनके इमोशंस के आधार पर बहुत सारे फैसले होते हैं. यदि वो इमोशंस जो अंदर चल रहे हैं वह आपके काम में रिफ्लेक्ट हो गया तो कंपनी को बहुत बड़ा घाटा भी हो सकता है और बहुत बड़ा फायदा भी हो सकता है.
True, true.
ये डिपेंड करता है कि आप अपने इमोशंस को किस तरीके से वहां पे प्रेजेंट करते हैं. इमोशंस तो अंदर आएंगे ही आएंगे, इमोशंस को कोई रोक नहीं सकता, लेकिन इमोशंस को सही तरीके से रिप्रेजेंट करना या इमोशंस को अपने काम में हावी नहीं होने देना, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. मुझे ध्यान है ईयर 2010 में हमारे यहाँ एक वर्कशॉप हुई और उसके पहले मैं भी बड़ा टेंशन में रहता था क्योंकि यूनिवर्सिटी बनने की प्रोसेस चल रही थी और बड़ा फाइनेंशियल क्रंच और एक्सपेक्टेशंस और यूनिवर्सिटी बनाना है तो उसके लिए सारी चीजों की व्यवस्था करना है, बहुत मुश्किल वाला काम था. तो एक वर्कशॉप हुई और उस वर्कशॉप में हमने ये देखा कि हम इतने नेगेटिव हो गए थे, लेकिन एक सिर्फ ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइज से. लोग कहते हैं कि साहब आप पॉजिटिव रहें, पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड से काम करें, लेकिन ये कोई नहीं समझाता कि पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड आएगा कैसे. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि आप हर किसी को ये तो कह सकते हो कि आप पॉजिटिव एटीट्यूड से रहें, लेकिन काम करें, हर चीज को पॉजिटिव एंगल से देखें. लेकिन मैंने ये अनुभव किया कि आप जब अपने नेगेटिव थॉट्स को हटाना चाहते हैं तो वो हटते नहीं बल्कि और हावी हो जाते हैं. तो वो पॉजिटिविटी आए कैसे, ये बड़ी एक समस्या थी और इसको मैंने खुद रियलाइज किया. हमारे यहाँ पे श्री श्री रविशंकर जी का सुदर्शन क्रिया एक जो बहुत उनका लो लेवल का क्या कहा जाए पाठ्यक्रम, एक कोर्स है जो 6 डेज का था और यहाँ पर हमारे यूनिवर्सिटी में हुआ और मैंने उसको खुद अनुभव किया. तो ये लगा कि सिर्फ ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइज से यदि हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा ऑक्सीजन हम अपनी बॉडी में इनहेल करते हैं तो ऑक्सीजन का 70% हमारा ब्रेन में जाता है थ्रू ब्लड्स. और हमारे बॉडी में ब्रेन ही पूरे शरीर को चलाता है, सबको पता है. तो जब उसको प्योर ऑक्सीजन मिलना स्टार्ट हो जाती है तो मैंने ये देखा और पर्याप्त मात्रा में ऑक्सीजन मिलना स्टार्ट हो जाती है तो नेगेटिव थॉट्स अपने आप धीरे धीरे खत्म होना स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं. इतनी इजी टेक्निक थी, इसको हमने जब किया तो हमको ये लगा कि नहीं, हमारे अंदर जितने नेगेटिव थॉट्स थे वो सब हट गए और मैं बहुत कूल रहने लगा, बहुत ही ज्यादा कूल हो गया और सारे काम उसी गति से चल रहे हैं, बल्कि गति और बढ़ गई और कंसंट्रेशन बढ़ गया सब चीजों में. तो इसका बड़ा फायदा हुआ. तो पॉजिटिविटी लानी नहीं पड़ी, एक ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइज से पॉजिटिविटी आ गई. और फिर मैनेजमेंट में जब आप किसी चीज को आप इमोशंस के कारण आपने बहुत ये दिखाया कि नहीं ये मुझे बहुत आवश्यक है तो उसकी वैल्यू बढ़ जाती है. लेकिन यदि आपने इमोशंस को हावी नहीं होने दिया और प्रॉपरली काम करते रहे तो उसकी वैल्यू जो होती है वो आपको मिलती है. तो बहुत सारे डिसीजंस मैनेजमेंट के विद्यार्थियों को लेना पड़ता है जब वो एज ए मैनेजर रहेंगे. इवन मैनेजर छोड़ दीजिए, आप घर पे भी हैं तो आपकी डेली लाइफ में बहुत सारे आपको डिसीजंस ऐसे लेने पड़ते हैं जहां पर कि इमोशंस हावी नहीं होना चाहिए. आप तटस्थ रूप से अपने आप को देखें और जब आप अपने आप को तटस्थ रूप से देखते हैं तो कई बार ऐसा लगता है कि मेरी जिंदगी को मैं एक फिल्म के तौर पे देखता हूँ, एक करेक्टर के तौर पे देखता हूँ. ये करेक्टर आया और ऐसा 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 हुआ तो आगे चल के ये डेफिनेटली ऐसा होगा. क्योंकि आप तटस्थ भाव से देखते हैं, जब आप बाहर होकर के देखते हैं, अपने को अपनी जिंदगी में इन्वॉल्व ना करके आप अपने आप को बाहर करके देखते हैं, तो आपको बड़ा मजा भी आता है और लगता है कि नहीं, मैंने कुछ किया तो इसका फायदा ये होगा, मैंने कुछ गलत किया तो इसका नुकसान ये होने वाला है। तो आप सतर्क हो जाते हैं, आप अपने आप को डाइवर्ट कर लेते हैं गलत चीजों की तरफ जाने से। आपका बहुत बढ़िया लेक्चर रहा मैम। हमारे बहुत सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं जो गूगल मीट में नहीं है, यूट्यूब में है, जो यूट्यूब में है, फेसबुक में है, सभी जगह उन्होंने इसका अनुभव प्राप्त किया है। और मैं चाहूंगा कि आप जब भी कभी इधर साइड में घूमने का इरादा हो, तो हम उस जगह पर हैं जहाँ पे भगवान राम 14 वर्ष में 12 वर्ष इस जगह पे रहे हैं।
ओके।
चित्रकूट आपने नाम सुना होगा, चित्रकूट सतना जिले में है।
हाँ जी।
और भगवान राम के 12 वर्ष के वनवास में 14 वर्ष के वनवास में 12 वर्ष वो जिस स्थान में रहे हैं वो सतना जिला है।
ओके।
और यहीं से वो आगे फिर दक्षिण की साइड गए। तो ये बहुत पवित्र जगह है, बिल्कुल यहाँ से 50 किलोमीटर 60 किलोमीटर दूर पे है। और माता शारदा जी का स्थान है यहाँ पर। जब कभी आप आए तो आपको जरूर हम लोग यहाँ पर विजिट कराना चाहेंगे।
थैंक यू सो मच। थैंक यू
जी जी, थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू सो मच सर।
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. It was a nice input from our chairman, sir, Neha ma'am. So now I will invite one of our dynamic coordinator. He will be summing up and for vote of thanks. So Engineer Prakash Kumar Sen is invited for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Neha ma'am. Really, give a nice presentation regarding emotional intelligence. That how emotional intelligence work positively in organization and people to people. How people relieve their stress in a positive way, empathize to other, and diffuse conflicts. Also, people getting the knowledge about emotional intelligence to how people connect with your feelings, turn intention to actions, and make informed decisions about what matter most to you. Really, such a nice presentation. Thank you very, very much, Neha ma'am. I would love to thank our IT team also, that because without their support, it is not possible to run very smoothly. I would love to thank our chairman, sir, and I also would love to thank our colleagues, faculty, mostly Pramod sir, Sweta ma'am, Shinu ma'am, Priyanka ma'am. Without them, I don't think so. It is very much possible to generate and create this idea through the webinar. Thank you very, very much. Sir?